Hey guys, welcome back to Outlaw Performance. We're here with our good friend Roger Rizer. He's going to show us his cool rides and check out his garage. Roger?
Hey, how you guys doing? First of all, this is my 69 Camaro. This was a father-son project. Kind of part of the family now, a family member. Well, because my dad passed of cancer, and well, it's been since 2009 he passed. So, but it's a lot of sentimental value to this Camaro with the family. It's 69 Camaro. It's got a 454 with 4-speed in it. It's a highway cruiser. I've driven it to Tennessee a couple times, North Carolina for shows, Pennsylvania, Super Chevy. I'll pop the hood here so you guys take a look at the motor. And we just had to rebuild the motor. It was getting some age on it, so the motor was freshly put back in the car.
That's a beautiful ride.
Now you've had this car how long?
Since 1990, well, probably 94, 95. And we got it all put together and painted in 1996. One of the special times we had with this car with my father I want to tell you guys about. In 2004, it was actually on my dad's birthday, we went to a car show. It was Dale Earnhardt Senior Legacy Car Show Series. This car was accepted to be in that show. I had to send pictures, and it was accepted, and we were able to take this down, put it in the show. And it was on my dad's birthday, so it was a real special trip. Being part of that show, we got to tour the facilities, eat in the Dale Earnhardt Trophy Room, and it was just an awesome day.
But that was a cool experience.
It was an awesome experience.
Something you'll always remember.
Yeah.
On the dash, there was a participant sticker on the glove box there.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, I had to send pictures, articles. This car was in the newspaper after we built it for like a young car enthusiast of the month. So I had to send that article in.
You've done really good work. It's a beautiful car.
I love the rallies on this.
Looks nice.
Yeah, I've built, other than machine shop, I built the motor. I rebuilt the transmission myself. Did some of the rear end work. Just did a disc brake conversion on this, which I had some help with that. I had my buddy Jim Frost do that conversion for me.
So let's take a step over here and look at your 71. I mean, this is a beautiful car. I remember this car way back when we still lived up on the avenue. Yeah. I mean, it's come a long way.
It has.
You know?
It has.
From the original small block, to...
So yeah, this car I've had since like 1989 and 90. I drove this car in high school. It had basically a stock 327 in it with an automatic transmission. It did have this color. It was all this color, black stripes, and a vinyl top. Drove around for a year back when you had your green. Yeah. Your Camaro was green. This one. So over the years, I just did stuff to it, changed the motors. Blew up a couple motors for being a dumb kid.
That's always the fun stuff, though.
It's part of learning, right?
Yeah.
Ripped out a couple transmissions, tore out a couple rear ends. But I drove this car in high school. I still have it. Dad helped me work on this one too. We never did a ground-up build on this one. This one just kind of.
But you have fun with it.
Have fun with it. So, just changing the motor over the years, and then the reason I went with the two-tone paint is because the sail panels started rotting out under the vinyl top.
Okay. Yeah, they're known for that.
Yeah, instead of painting the whole car, I didn't have the money to paint the whole car, so me and my brother-in-law ripped the vinyl top off, scuffed it, taped it all up, and two-toned it. Fixed the rust.
But this is an eye grabber.
It goes with the car.
It does.
I like the two-tone.
It does. It grabs your attention, especially with the blower.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the engine, if you would.
Yeah, it's a 327, 40 over, 671 supercharger. It's a pump gas motor. It runs 7 pounds of boost. And it's got 8-to-1 compression ratio. It's got good internals in the motor because of the blower. It's got forged pistons, good rods, steel crank. It's a good internal. internals, heads imported, polished, and worked up. Roger Cannon actually helped me build that motor.
Know him well.
We built it in his shop.
How long ago did you have that motor done, Roger?
It's been about 7 years now, I believe. It's been in the car about 7 years.
I've only known the car with the blower. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, about 7 years.
Oh yeah.
Horsepower wise, when Roger Can and I talked, it's probably a little over 500 and 500 foot-pounds of torque.
Respected.
This is something you have fun with and you drive, and
It's a blast. I mean, it's a high revving short stroke 327, so it's pretty impressive to have that much horsepower out of it.
oh,
Is
it
that
is.
a small journal 327?
No, it's a large journal.
Large journal?
Large journal, 327. Yeah.
Beautiful. Makes me miss mine just a little bit.
It is a lot of fun.
Makes me want one.
We moved inside here to talk to Roger about his panel wagon. He's doing this for his son Grady. Roger, tell us a little bit about the truck.
All right, this is a 1957 Chevy panel truck. It's the 1-ton version, so it's the extended. It's 19 feet long or whatever. It's a big, long truck. So my plan is to make this handicap accessible with a ramp out the back and toggles and tie downs to get my son inside to take him to car shows with us in an old hot rod. What I've done to this thing so far, we have a Crown Victoria front suspension clip fabricated on here. So it's got disc brakes, it's going to have power rack, power steering, the disc brakes. It's actually going to set it down a little bit, set it a little lower to get the stance right.
Modern ride on it.
Right, it's got the sway bar, so that's all fabricated on. The rear end is actually, so I keep the bolt pattern the same so I got a rear end out of Ford Explorer in it, and which is going to be disc brakes as well, so it's going to have a disc brake rear. Disc brake, so I have disc brakes the whole way around. Just got a lot of sheet metal work to do. You've
had trouble finding body.
Yeah, you can't find body part. You can find parts for the cab portion, but this back section they don't make. So I'm hand making everything. Metal work, using fender repair panels off the front and welding them in the back. This was actually. This piece right here, welded in, was a door skin off of a door that I had. So yeah, it's kind of quilt patchwork, but that's what I got to do to get it filled in, to get it fixed.
You got a lot of work.
So yeah, this side, like I said, we had to make this rocker. We had to make that. I got the step welded in and the door hinge pocket and everything, all that. So this side back to, say, here is pretty much close. I mean, it still needs some work, hammer and dolly and straighten some things out, but it's close. Got the door hung back in, and it's pretty close alignment.
You got a lot of time and working with it.
Yeah,
What motor were you going to run in this?
This will have Old Faithful. We have a running joke about this motor. This motor, me and my buddies put this motor together probably in 1993. And it was to go in the Camaro before the blower motor. And that motor was in that Camaro from all that time until like 7 years ago. I pulled it to put that motor in. I tore this motor down partially to clean it up to get it ready for the panel truck and pulled the cap bearings and caps, and there was no need to rebuild it. So I just cleaned it up and we're going to stick it in as it is. Surprisingly, it is a very strong running, reliable, faithful motor. Knock on wood, it don't give us some trouble on the panel truck. But I've had that motor to the drag strip a few times. We've actually run a bottle of NOS through it. And it's been well abused. I didn't baby that motor. Yeah, he was with me. Keystone National Drag Strip. So we run the bottle, 75 shot of NOS through it. got me in the 100-mile-an-hour club. So,
Small block Chevy.
it's a 350, 4-bolt main 350, pretty much stock internals actually. It's got a good set of heads though. It's the heads have been worked over a little bit, and it's no, they're actually what they call the old power pack heads, or 58 cc heads, and they've had 202 valves cut into them, 202 160 valves cut into them, so the valves are bigger and it has a little port work done to them. But it's giving me that compression with those real small cc heads. So,
automatic?
yeah, it's hasn't been rebuilt yet. Haven't done anything to it, but it's a turbo 400 sitting right there in front of it, and that's going to be gone through and used in the pound truck. And once we get that done, a buddy of mine in Alabama actually has the doors, and he's going to be extending the door bottoms 5 inches so we can cover what I have to do to lower that backside of the floor.
He has his own sweet shop also, correct?
Yeah, at Big Oak Garage, well-known shop. They build high-end hot rods.
Really nice fella.
Yeah.
Scotty D hooked you up with him.
So yeah, Scotty D hooked me up with him, and because Scotty D actually did a video on that in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, on his channel. So, speaking of Pigeon Forge, a lot of this signage and memorabilia that's around, I've purchased down there, brought it back. I have some signed autographs on the other side of people I met down there too. You can walk around, take a look at that.
Well, Lawrence, I got to ask you something real quick. The saw. Now,
Yeah.
that is really cool. Who did that? It was a local fellow, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ryan Wigfield. He actually did the pinstriping on my '71 Camaro. He put the striping on the gold striping on it and the spoiler and on the hood. But yeah, he's a local fella, and yeah, does pinstriping.
So any of you guys that are local and you're looking to get something like that done, hook him up. You know, I'm sure he's got a Facebook probably.
Yeah.
You know, he's been at your show a few times.
Yeah, he was at our show. Painted some helmets and some plaques and stuff there.
Toilet seat. Remember the toilet seat?
Yeah, he had a toilet seat on there. But so at Pigeon Forge Rod Run, they usually have a celebrity. So I met Dennis Gage, Courtney Hanson, Christy Lee, Stacy David, Horny Mike. All met them, and they have a Rod Run girl, Miss Pigeon Forge Rod Run, so I have some autographs. And
You put your show on the last, 10 years?
yeah, my show we did in 10 years, last 10 years. It was over here at the Rawlings United Methodist Church. We've probably made $18,000 for the Cancer Patient Fund over those 10 years.
That's a good cause. It goes right back to
Yeah.
it. Hopefully maybe we can find someone who might have some footage of that show. You know, and we can throw that in with an episode of ours.
There might be some videos on our Facebook page for the show.
That's always a good show.
It is. Good time, good people, goes for a good cause. You know, like I said, this whole go, I mean, this is something. This is going to be a cool ride when it's all done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roger, for showing us your beautiful rides. You know, it's always a pleasure being out here and talking to you guys. So just
Thank you guys for doing this.
it's great. You're welcome. Like I said, I love showing everybody's ride off and your cars and our cars, and everybody's got a cool ride out there. So I guess
From us to you.
yeah, we've been
We've been
rained on,
rained on,
and you've
you've
been
been
outlawed.